Hey guys, this is Jonathan and welcome to a C++ tutorial. In this tutorial, we're going to be learning about what variables are and how to use them at a very basic level. So to get started, what is a variable? If you've taken perhaps grade 6, 7, or 8 math, you should have an idea, but if not, here is what a variable is, and if you have, here's a really quick review. A variable basically is a name that we attach to a certain number, or in programming perhaps a function or a file. So for instance, we could have a common math example would be a variable called x, and we could set x equal to 15. And then what we would do is we could say, let's say John is X years old. And what that would be interpreted as is that John is 15 years old, since X is the same as 15. Now, X is sort of a meaningless name. So if we changed it to age is 15, then John is age, and this now means that John is 15 years old, but it makes more sense. So let's see how we can use this in a programming way. So when we are dealing with numbers, we have to tell the program that we're going to be setting age to a certain number, as opposed to, let's say, a file or a function. So to tell the program, to tell C++ that this is holding a number, we put this little word int, which stands for integer. So now we know, the program knows that age is a certain integer or number. Alright, now what we can do is output this line. So we would say cout, and in quotes, John is, and then we would do age years old. Alright, so now if I were to run this, hopefully it will say that John is 15 years old. Perfect. Now I'll add a little end line there. Now let's see if we can do something a little bit fancier. We're going to also add another variable, another integer variable, and this one we're going to call days in a year. And we know that that is about 365, depending on whether it is a leap year or not. And then we'll create a third variable called age in days. Now, in this case, we know that based on his age, it is 15 times 365. However, what if next year we change the variable age to 16? Now we're also going to have to go into this variable and change the value to 16. So instead of having to update multiple references, we can just call this age, so that whatever age changes to, the age in days will automatically be updated. And because perhaps of leap years, we can also change this to days in a year. And now when we output this, we can output age in days and change this word to days old. Now when I run it, we should get a much larger value, and this is 16 times 365. And that looks correct. So that's basically how we can work with integers. We can also do math in the same value in the variable itself. So instead of 16, we could do 16 divided by 4. And this will now be the equivalent of 4. Or if we did 8, this would now be 2. So now we will be multiplying 2 by 365, which should give us a value of about 730 or so. There we go, 730 days old. And that is how variables work, and they're super useful throughout all of programming in most every language. Thanks for watching this video, and don't forget to subscribe.